Qualified electronic signatures sit at the top of the eIDAS assurance model. They can carry the same legal effect as handwritten signatures, but that strength depends on trusted services, secure identity checks, and careful product design choices. With the foundations of eIDAS, digital identity, SES, and AdES in place, we can now move to the highest assurance category, QES. This layer adds qualified certificates, qualified providers, and secure creation devices, giving us the context to compare signature options for real products. Picture electronic signatures as an assurance ladder. SES is the broad base, covering actions like clicking I agree or typing a name. AdES adds stronger identity linkage, signer control, and evidence that later changes can be detected. CASE sits above both, but it is not simply more AdES. It requires a qualified certificate and a qualified signature creation device, backed by regulated trust services. The product takeaway: higher assurance can improve legal posture, but it also adds controls and friction. A qualified electronic signature starts with an advanced electronic signature, then adds a regulated chain of trust. The signature must be created with a qualified signature creation device, or QSCD. It must rely on a qualified certificate, and that certificate must come from a qualified trust service provider. So qualified status is not about how the signature looks. It comes from all required components working together under eIDAS. The qualified certificate is the signer's regulated identity credential. It binds a verified person to the signing key and is issued only by a qualified trust service provider under the EU Trust Framework. During validation, systems check the certificate details, its validity period, and whether it has been suspended or revoked. For product teams, the signing journey needs to handle issuance, renewal, and revocation checks reliably. A qualified signature creation device, or QSCD, is the protected environment where a qualified electronic signature is made. It keeps the signer's private key or signing data safe and ensures that only the legitimate signer can use it. That protected environment may be a smart card, token, mobile environment, or controlled remote service. A QTSP is more than a signing vendor. It becomes part of your compliance boundary. Because qualified signatures depend on regulated trust services, you need to verify the provider's qualified status, not just its feature set. Check the official EU trusted lists, confirm which services and countries are covered, and review the integration model, APIs, SLAs, and support. A weak QTSP choice can turn a compliant product design into an operational compliance risk. Under eIDAS, a qualified electronic signature is not just evidence that may be accepted. It is given the same legal effect as a handwritten signature throughout the EU. That is why QES matters for high-value agreements, regulated filings, and cross-border transactions. Compared with SES or AdES, it offers stronger identity assurance and legal certainty. Still, equivalence is not a free pass. Parties may also need approvals, sector-specific steps, contract terms, or procedural requirements before the transaction is complete. Imagine a customer later denies signing a high-value agreement. With a QES, the organization can point to several evidence layers: the qualified certificate tying the signer to a verified identity, the qualified device controlling the signature, validation results showing certificate status, the timestamp, and whether the PDF has changed. The QTSP's regulated role adds credibility. But QES is not a substitute for good records. Keep audit trails, transaction context, and retention controls. Before a QES can be created, the signer must be proven to the qualified trust service provider. This proofing step is the main friction point compared with SES or AdES flows. Depending on the jurisdiction and risk, it might involve an in-person check, remote video ID, an eID, or a wallet-based identity. Once accepted, the certificate can be issued or activated, strong authentication follows, and the qualified signature is created. Plan for time, drop-off, and support. In the product journey, QES adds assurance by adding checkpoints. The signer may first prove identity or rely on an existing qualified certificate. Then the product asks for strong authentication, such as a code or biometric approval, before the trust service provider authorizes the signature. The key design challenge is clarity. Each extra step should explain what is happening, why it is required, and how it protects the transaction, so users keep moving instead of abandoning the process. Under eIDAS 2.0, the wallet can become more than a place to store identity data. It may let a user present trusted attributes, connect with a qualified trust service provider, and trigger a qualified electronic signature inside a product journey. The major benefit is reuse. Fewer repeated identity checks, faster verification, and smoother high-assurance agreements. But this is still ecosystem dependent. Teams should track wallet standards, interoperability, and roll out across member states. Selecting QES is not just choosing a legal standard, it is choosing an operating model. The solution must either be a qualified trust service provider or connect reliably to one. Then test the practical fit. Countries covered, languages supported, identity checks, signing formats, APIs, uptime, audit trails, and validation. Finally, look beyond launch. Support, escalation, data protection, and long-term document validation determine whether the solution works in real business, not just in legal theory. Case should be a deliberate choice, not the default setting. Use it when the transaction is high value, high risk, regulated, or needs handwritten signature equivalents, such as property, finance, or formal legal agreements. For everyday approvals, consents, or routine contracts, SES or AdES may provide enough assurance with far less friction. The best product decision balances legal certainty against user experience, cost, conversion, and geographic availability. QES combines AdES with a qualified certificate, a QTSP, and a secure creation device. Its payoff is EU-wide equivalence to a handwritten signature. The trade-off is product complexity, identity proofing, vendor choice, cost, user friction, and cross-border support. Next, apply these factors to choose the right level: SES, AdES, or QES.